Hey, greetings everyone! In this video tutorial, you will learn how to use Royal Elementor Addons Theme Builder, which is free and lets you create a complete Elementor website with all the necessary templates like posts and pages, single templates, templates for categories, tags, and so on. Here you can see an example of what you can achieve by using Royal Addons Theme Builder. This nice looking homepage with multiple sections and elements within, also templates for single posts and pages, and sidebars as well. All of this can be done by using only free version of Royal Addons alongside with Elementor, of course. Those ready-made template kits which are built by Theme Builder can also be imported by clicking on Import Template Kit. But in this tutorial, we are going to build one by ourselves. So please go ahead and install Royal Elementor Addons and Elementor. And as you can see, I'm using all free versions for this tutorial. Before we start, I want to mention that I have installed Hello Elementor theme, which is a very simple and lightweight theme, and is highly recommended when working with Elementor. But you can use any other Elementor compatible theme. And this is how my website looks right now. Super basic, just some post and menu navigation. And I've already created some dummy content for this tutorial. Alright, let's start creating our templates. In WordPress dashboard, we need to go to Royal Addons and click on Theme Builder. Here we have multiple sections for creating headers, footers, archive, and single templates. But first of all, I want to create a header. So let's click on Create Template. We can enter any name we want. I will simply call it a header. And now we need to decide where do we want our header to be displayed. And to do so, we have to add condition. Since we're using a free version, we can only choose an entire site. But in Pro, as you can see, there's also an option to only show the header on archive or singular pages. Let me select entire site. And in case you want to show your header on Elementor canvas pages, leave this option activated. Finally, click on Save Conditions, and it will take us to the Elementor editor. And here we will build our header. So let me very quickly create a 3-column layout. First column's width will be 15%, and second column 55. In our first column, I want to add some logo. Let's find the logo widget and drag and drop it into the column itself. Let me quickly choose some image which I have already prepared. I want to get rid of site title, so I will select none. Then go to Style and change the width to 50. Scroll down a little bit and set border type to none as well. In our second column, I will add some menu navigation. So let's find a nav menu widget and add it to the column. I have already created this menu from WordPress menu editor. Let's align it to the center. And finally, in our third column, I will add a search bar, which we can use later in this tutorial. Go to Style and in Button Settings, set width to maybe 60. Alright, this is our very simple header. Let's update it, go back to the dashboard, and check how it looks on an actual site. Refresh the page, and that's it. It looks exactly as expected. But we still have no footer for our pages. So next, go back to the Theme Builder, click on Footers tab, and create template. Enter the name, I will call it footer, and again we have to choose where we want to display it. Select entire site, save conditions, and I will very quickly create a super simple footer design. Let's set the section's min height to 200. Go to Style and give it some background color. I'll go for all black for now. Next, let's add some social icons. In Style, set the size to 20. And maybe we should add some text as well. So let me paste some copyright message here. Set the alignment to center. Change its HTML tag to span. And finally, set the color to white. Update. Go back to the dashboard. Let's check the page. First refresh it, of course. Scroll to the bottom and here it is. our very simple footer. That's how easy it is to add some header and footer to your website by using Royal Addons plugin. After header and footer, it's time to create an archive templates for things like posts, categories, search results, and so on. But first, let's quickly discuss what is an archive template. The main purpose of an archive page is to navigate your visitors through your previously published content, like this posts archive, for example. We create them to organize a list of posts under a specific post type, category, tag, or some other WordPress taxonomy. So let's start by creating our posts archive. And I'm going to call it a blog template. And in conditions, there are multiple choices, as you can see. Archives for posts, author, date, search, categories, and tags. And there's also an option for all archives, which we will discuss later in the video. But for now, we have to choose posts archive and save conditions. On this page, we'll display some posts by dragging post grid widget into our Elementor page. And when someone visits posts archive, that's what they're gonna see. But there is one very important option that we need to change here, and it is source. Right now it's set to posts, but we need to set it to current query. And this way WordPress will always automatically return the corresponding data of the page. For example, if we visit posts archive, it will return posts. If we visit authors archive, it will return the current posts that belong to the author, and so on. So let's update the page, exit to dashboard, refresh our site, and here it is. This is our posts archive. Just as we created from the theme builder. Everything works. We can load some more posts or filter them by categories. Let's continue to add some more archive templates. This time I will create an archive for search results. So click on Create Template again. I'll simply call it Search. And in Conditions, choose Search Results. Drag and drop post grid into our page. Again, do not forget to set source to current query. Otherwise, it won't display search results and will always display same data regardless of what the search keyword. Let's quickly change few settings in layout. For our search results, we can go for 2 columns instead of 3. And if you want to apply some search keyword right into Elementor editor, go to Settings and in Previous Settings, enter any keyword you want to test. And hit Apply to update changes to preview. And that's how your search results will look for a given keyword. I think it would be better if we disable filters for search results, so set Show Filters to No. Update the page. Go back to the dashboard and let's see if it works on the actual website. Let's enter some keyword into our search bar. And here it is. Our search results look exactly as we designed it. So let's go back to Theme Builder and in Archive section continue to create some more templates. This time for Categories archive page. So I will call it Category, Create Template, and in Conditions choose Post Categories. And this template will work for all of our post categories. Again, drag and drop the post grid into our Elementor page. Set the source to current query. In layout, let's choose list style to make it look a little bit different. Let's go for 1 column and again disable filters. But this time I will also add another widget called Archive Title. And as you can see, it displays the title of the current category. We can also add some text before title. So let me paste some text here, and it says Browsing Category Business. And to check that it works correctly, let's go to Settings, and in Select Post Categories choose any other category, like a science for example. Apply changes. And now it displays posts from category Science, and the title says Browsing Category Science. Let's update the changes, go back to the dashboard, Let me open the list of my categories. And now if we click on View of any of the category, it will show the corresponding post and title. Let's try another one, Science for example, and everything looks fine. There's few more templates that we can create for archives. This time I will quickly add an author template. In conditions, choose Author Archives, but there's also an option to create archive for tags, as you can see. Again, drag and drop Posts widget into our page. Select Current Query, of course, and in Layout, let's choose List Style. But since we are creating template for Authors Archive, I will also add Author Box widget right on top of the Post grid, and it will display some basic info about the author, like an author name and some short description. Update the page, exit to Dashboard. Let's go to Users List. I have only one user, but we can click on View, and this Author Archive page will display all the posts that are related to the current user, which is John Doe. You can see it in URL as well. Okay, let's go back to the dashboard, and in Theme Builder, there's also an option to create a template for the date archive. And this date archive will display all the posts that are created on a specific date. So if you want to show some data that is created in a specific month of the year or maybe specific date of the month, you can create a template for them as well. But I will not do it right now, as the steps are exactly same as we did for other archive templates. And finally, there's one more option that I want to show you, and that's a template for all archives. If for some reason you want all of your archive pages to look completely same, instead of wasting time on creating many similar templates for each taxonomy, you can create only one, and it will be applied to all of your archive pages. So if that's what you want, this is a very practical way to do it. Alright, time to begin creating single-page templates for our site. For example, when someone clicks on the URL of the post, how do we want the content of the post to be displayed? And for that, we can create a post single template. In conditions, we have to choose Posts, save it, and on the left side we have the list of all the necessary widgets that can be used for single post content. Let's begin with Post Title. Next, let me add the post thumbnail. Right below, I will add the post content. We can also add the post meta information. Right between title and thumbnail. By default, it shows categories and the date. First, let's align them horizontally, and then add some more meta information, like comments count, for example, as well as author name. I will very quickly apply a few styles. Set the list gutter to 10 and set the taxonomist left margin to 10 as well. After the content, I would like to add some post navigation to make it easier for users to go to next or previous posts. I think adding an author box will be a good idea as well, so the readers can find who is the author of the current post. And finally, we can add the post comments widget. As you can see, there's a few comments and the comment form itself. I think it looks quite good. Let's update the page. Go back to our dashboard, visit the site, and now we can click on any of the posts to see how the single post template looks on live website. That's pretty much exactly as we created it. We can click on previous post to check if it works, and it works just fine. Let's do the same for the page single template. Enter the name, set the condition to pages, go to the editor, and start adding some widgets. Let's add title, content of course, post meta, but this time I think we can display only date, and maybe some author box as well, right at the end of the page. That's enough for now. Update again, go back to the dashboard to see how it actually looks. Let's go to services page. Looks pretty well. Let's try about us. Perfect. Return to the theme builder again, because there's one more very important template that we have to create, and it is template for 404 pages. Choose 404 in conditions and click save. This time I will add a heading which will say, yes, you've guessed it right, 404. Let's style it a little bit, align to center. Quickly change the color to black. In typography, set the font size to 140 maybe. Add another heading. I will paste some standard 404 text here. Again, align to center and set the HTML tag to H3 maybe. Go to style again, change color to light gray, and maybe we can also add the search widget so that users who end up on the 404 page can quickly find what they are looking for. Update the page and go back to our site. Now I will enter a non-existent URL to imitate the 404 error. And that's it. That's how our 404 error page looks. Let me go back to the theme builder again, and in single templates there's also an option to create a template for front page, which I'm not gonna do right now, because most of the times you will create your front page from the page editor, just like I have it here, the home page. And then in settings you can go to reading and set your desired page, home in my example, as your site's home page. Save changes, go back to the pages list, and here you can see that home is my site's front page. And I can edit it from the Elementor editor just like a regular page. But it is nice to know that you can create your front page from Royal Addons theme builder as well. And the last thing that I want to show you in this tutorial is how to build a sidebar by using pre-saved templates in Royal Addons theme builder. So let's go to Save Templates, create a new one. I will call it a sidebar. Click on Create Template, and here I'm gonna add a few widgets, just for presentational purpose. Let's add a promo box, for example. Maybe the MailChimp subscribe will be a good idea as well. And finally, I will add some testimonial carousel, just to make it look more complete. And before I save the template, let me set the columns to 1. Update the page, exit dashboard, navigate to Royal Addons theme builder again, and let's imagine that we want to add this sidebar to the single page template. So go to Single, find Page Single, edit template. Here it is, our single page that we created a few moments ago. But since we want to add the sidebar to this template, let me add a new column, adjust the width for the sidebar, and finally we need to find a very handy widget called Template. Drag and drop it into our newly created column, and from the general settings choose the sidebar template. And that's how you can use separate templates into your pages and archives as well. Let's update the page, go to the dashboard from one last time, go to the pages list and view any of the pages, about us for example. And here it is, our newly created sidebar, where you can display any widget you want, of course. So that's it. That's how you can create an entire sidebar using Royal Elementor Addons free plugin. For more information, please go to royalelementoraddons.com, where you can get help from our support team, download the plugin, or upgrade to Pro. If you find this tutorial helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, as many more tutorials like this are coming soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next one.